So,
Lovely.
hey, let's get going.
Yeah, great. Okay, then, guys. So we'll kick things off. Just to introduce myself and let everyone introduce themselves as well. I'm Jack. For anybody who doesn't know me, I'm the head of client success here at GoProposal, and really excited about what we're going to show you today.
We've got Danielle here as well. I'll let Danielle introduce herself.
Hey guys, thanks for joining. So I'm Danielle, I'm product manager at GoProposal. So I've been working really closely with the devs on what we're going to show you today. So looking forward to showing you everything.
Oh, thanks, Danielle. Danielle's going to do the demo as well in about 5 minutes time. So, hey guys, I'm Heather, Director of Operations here at GoProposal. So just so excited. The whole team has played a huge part in getting everything we're about to show you over the line. But more importantly, so have our members. So our members have really shaped the final version of this. The way this looked when we put this into beta testing about a month ago is completely different to how it looks now because of the input of you guys. So thank you for that. It means the end result is so powerful and just so much more impactful than it ever could have been. So thank you. So we've made so many small improvements in the app over the last 12 months, and it's all leading us to the same point. So the point is where GoProposal will no longer be a passive piece of software, but will be actively helping you to grow your firm. So the first thing I want to do before we show you what we're launching today is tell you where GoProposal's headed this year. So we're going to get to the point where GoProposal will be like having a whole new team in your business where they'll be actively growing your business and doing all the heavy lifting for you. So what that means is eventually when you log into GoProposal, you'll see new engagement letters that have already been reissued to your clients with up-to-date legislation, keeping your firm free of any risk and without any work needed from the team. So obviously an example of how this is going to help massively is there's loads of legal changes happening with MTD. So when MTD eventually comes around, there's going to be changes in income tax, VAT returns, corporation tax, lots of legal changes there. And that's coming in the next few years, whether we like it or not. So every time one of those new changes happens, you're going to have to amend your engagement letter to be compliant. You're going to have to reissue those letters to all your clients as well. And so not only will you have to do that when MTD hits, but also when your clients come to their year end. So at that point in time, just to use that as an example, when that law hits with MTD, you're going to have to reissue technically all your engagement letters 6 times over the next 3 years. Sorry, that took a second to add up then. 6 times over the next 3 years because of all the changes that are going to come in. However, not with what we're building. So we're bringing you the concept of live engagement letters. So what that means is in Oversuite, you'll log in and it'll say, guys, there's a new legislation that's been passed. Do you approve it? Click yes. Do you want to reissue this to all of your clients? Click yes. And do you require them to sign it, or are you happy to just let them know that it's in place? And you can choose that one as well. So that moves GoProposal to becoming a truly active tool. It's a live engagement letter. It doesn't require you to think about being compliant. And it means you or your team don't have to actually put in any work to make sure your firm's risk-free. And obviously the alternative is you have to reissue all the proposals and engagement letters whenever any legislation comes in. So just to reiterate, that's the next stage, that's the future, and what we're building in the back, that's what we're building in the background. What we're bringing in today is the first step to get us there.
Yeah, that's really nicely put, Heather. I feel really revved up now. I'm sure all you guys do. So just to reinforce that point as well, this is the exact same vision that we have for proposals as well. So we believe GoProposal is the most powerful on the market. We want to make it even more powerful for you guys by moving away from the static PDF documents that you see in there to live proposals that can automatically respond to your client's needs and recalibrate that monthly fee. So if you imagine a process that responds to the increasing back transactions, things like payroll, just managing that in a much cleaner way than we do currently. About that scope as well, guys. It's about being able to evolve client conversations as well. So if you imagine you've got services that need to come out, or if clients want to accept services you've recommended or the examples that you can recommend, then you'll be able to do that within a live proposal without needing to constantly reissue things as things change. It's all about making that sales and fee review process so agile and remove any friction when it comes to growing and adding value to your clients and growing and sort of building your business. We've always focused on giving you a tool for growth with GoProposal as best as we possibly can. And we want to build it into an active growth tool that can convert all the hard work that we know you're all doing into even better results without the pain points that you guys are feeling right now.
Nice. Love that. So enough about the future, guys. Let me tell you what is available today. So today we've built out the first step towards this. And I guess the first important point to note is that GoProposal is uniquely positioned to, we're the only product that owns all of your data to know who all your clients are, what you've agreed with them, what the scope is, and what you're charging. So GoProposal is very uniquely placed to have all that data. So our first move towards creating this truly active growth tool is our contact hub. So Danielle's about to give you the exciting demo of this in a second, but the contact hub essentially will enable you to import all of your clients, drive actions off the back of their year-end dates, including weekly reports for you and your team. It'll allow you to gain greater insights into growth of those individual clients, or this is about to make sense in a second, and also to just maintain accuracy across all your platforms. So without further ado, Danielle Fisher, would you like to take the stage?
Yes, thank you. I'm really excited now, especially after that introduction. That was brilliant. Okay, awesome. Just to check everyone can see the screen. Awesome. So yeah, so I'm going to start with just showing you what the contact hub is then. So if you've logged into GoProposal this morning, those with a keen eye will see that there's a new contacts tab at the top, and this will load up the contact hub. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do before we do anything is import your existing contacts. So on this page, you should have a pop-up. It should say import contacts. We definitely recommend taking that step, as we'll take all of the data from your existing proposals, your existing prospects, existing clients, and start giving you the insights right away. So the contact hub then, on this dashboard, you can see all of your organizations and all of your individuals across prospects, clients that have accepted their proposals, and then those opportunities that might have been missed as well. Now, the big driving force behind this, tying back to what Heather and Jack was saying, is to give you the tools to actually drive practice growth within the contact hub. So when you're on this new dashboard, you can simply just pull through a list of organizations or a list of individuals. You can see who's a prospect, who's a client that's signed a proposal, and a missed opportunity would be somebody that you've manually marked as lost. So this is a much better way to visualize your pipeline and how it's doing, and start thinking about actions you want to take off the back of it. We've now brought in a new feature, which is going to help you understand which renewals you've got to do. So you can bring up a snapshot of renewals for existing clients that you need to do this month, that you've got coming in the next 3 months. And then the really exciting bit over here, if we click on this notifications tab, set up a weekly report so that you and the team can stay informed as to what it is you have to do. So all you need to do is switch this on or off, choose which day of the week the report you want to come through. And by default, we're going to send this to the primary contact, the one in company settings. But if you do want to send this to other team members, so for example, you've got payroll staff who are reviewing certain parts of proposals, you want to just pop their email address in there. So this is the first step to helping you guys take actions off the back of the information you're getting in GoProposal. We know that a lot of you are using practice management integrations like Carbon, Center, Accountancy Manager. And we know it can be really difficult having multiple data entry points across different pieces of software. So another great thing you can do is import your contacts from whichever integrations you're connected up to. So if you're connected with Carbon or Center, we can import from Center. And what that's going to do is just import all of the prospects and clients to the contact hub. And what's brilliant about this is if you make a change in Center or a change in Carbon, all you need to do is hit re-import. And once you've done that, it will just update all of the information that's in our contact hub. So there's less duplication across different platforms. So let's go into a client then. So you can obviously search for any clients you need to at the top and just make sure that the filters are selected correctly. So if we click view, this is going to bring up our contact record. So from the contact, we can see all of the proposals, the proposal types, and the values associated with them within the contact record. And we've taken that data and we're giving you a graph of client value for every client now. So you can see how you've been performing over the past year, 2 years, 3 years with a specific client, and therefore how their value to you has improved and increased. And if you hover over the little points here, it will take you straight to the proposal that's related to that value. So this is not just how your value, you've increased the value of that client, it's also how they've increased the value to your business as well. We've got contact details here. So we're storing all of the details here. And what you can do is if you click edit, you can change those details. But what you can also do is actually change the renewal dates as well. So the renewal reminders I was showing you on the dashboard are driven by financial year end. So they're predominantly focusing on annual renewals. But if you know you review your clients' proposals quarterly, for example, you can actually change these dates here. And those reminders will be based off the renewal date you put in for these individual contacts. You can make notes on contacts as well. So you can make individual notes. You just want to click edit here, and you can add as many notes as you want to a record. It'll give you an audit trail of what date the note was made. And it's just about collecting important information that you might want to pick up before the next conversation or proposal for that client. We can relate individuals to organizations and organizations to multiple different individuals. And we can also see which integrations are hooked up already. So this is important because it's letting you know that if you go and create a proposal for this client, you're going to trigger the relevant workflows in, say, Center, and you're going to trigger the invoices or replace the invoices you need to in Xero. Obviously, you can delete a contact as well. So that's your contact record. And the final thing is the changes to the create proposal tool. So all of this information you're seeing here is going to give you the ability to create proposals much more quickly and much more easily, because all the data is going to be in there already for you. So if you come into your create proposal tool, you'll see it's changed a little bit. So the first thing we're actually going to do now is find our contact. Simply search through the contact that already exists in your contact hub, select the correct record for that client. It's going to let you know whether it's linked already, and then all of those details will be pre-populated in the complete proposal tool for you there. You can also add new contacts. So if this wasn't an existing client, you click add new contact, you would add that down at the bottom, and what that would do is create a new prospect in the contact hub, and when that proposal is accepted, it would convert it to a client. So as I said, the very first step for you to get started is to import your contacts so that you can start having a look at those client value graphs, set up some weekly reports, and then we can go from there. And that's the demo, guys. If you've got any questions, just pop them in the chat and we'll come through to them at the end. I think there's a couple in the Q&A. Do you want me to answer them now, guys? Or if you guys want to finish off with something before that?
Do the couple that are in there if they're...
Yeah, so how will you be notified of renewals? So that's one from Sarah Fenton. So the best way to be notified of renewals is to set up your weekly reports. So if I come back into the contact hub over here, I'm just going to import my contacts. There we go. And then if you want to set yourself up for renewals, you want to click this icon here in the top right. And GoProposal is going to send you a weekly report letting you know which proposals have been produced, which have been accepted, and which renewals are due. So that's that one there.
So then next one, Danielle, is to add, if you add a new contact, will it populate Center?
Yeah, great question, Penny. So you have that option, as always, to populate Center. So if it's not already linked to Center, the prospect isn't already in GoProposal and already linked to Center, and if it was, you could just search through here. This just depends on how different people use the system. You just need to click add new contact, and you can see here it's not linked to Center. So at the point of adding a new contact, just click create. and it will create the contact in the contact hub and in Centre for you once you've filled those details out.
And then Bradley said, just quickly, does contacts link to any software to be able to import the client's details? I think, Bradley, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the import function there. So we link to Carbon, Centre and Accountancy Manager and Intuit Practice Manager, so you can import details from there. In terms of the fields it's going to pick up the prospect status, the client status, it's going to pick up on related individuals and organisations.
John,
yeah, that's on there as well, John. So you can import from, all of that applies to Accountancy Manager, Carbon, Centre and Intuit Practice Management managers. I can keep forgetting them. Great. Alex, can contacts be imported from Excel? Yeah, Alex, that is actually coming, so really good spot. The not necessarily Excel, but we're going to give you the option to import from a CSV as well. It's coming the next week or so. We just wanted to get this out to you guys now.
And Daniel, I'll just be a bit quick off the mark. We don't have the option to import clients.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. Just give that a couple of hours. So we are currently running some things in the back end. So it's going by app first. So if you're a little bit newer to GoProposal, just give us a couple of hours and you should be able to import. We're about 80% of the way through now, so there shouldn't be too many people left on that.
If it's if it's linking to Xero, will it pick up transaction volumes, or will we still require DEX precision?
Sure, it's a great question. DEX precision is still the way to go with that. Just tying back in with what Jack and Heather were saying at the beginning, this is the start, this is the foundation for us to be able to do that type of work in the future. So this is the direction we're going in with it. But for now, I would still use DEX precision for that, absolutely.
Nice. And then from Jack Revis, hey Jack, is there a way to merge contacts? So Jack imported this morning and he has multiple contacts that are the same.
Okay, yeah, sure, no problem, Jack. We can pick that up offline. I'll drop you a message, but we will look at the ability to create a merge if that's happened. If that's happened for anyone else, just let me know as well. Yeah. That shouldn't be a problem.
And then Bradley said, will they sync as they're updated in the software? Is it Xero or XPM? So,
really great question. So the synchronization will happen if you re-import. So it won't sync automatically when you're in the software and you make a change, say in the contact hub. But if you make a change, say in Carbon or Centre Accountancy Manager, and you want that change to be reflected in GoProposal, then to sync it, you just want to re-import it so it can pull the up-to-date information through. However, really all that matters is what you do when you create a proposal. So when you're creating your proposal and you're using Xero, it's all about the Xero contact that you assign at that stage. So if you've updated that Xero contact and you create a new proposal, the details will take the most up-to-date Xero contact.
Great. The last couple of questions.
I think there's some in the chat as well there.
Yeah, so Bradley's saying it will mean we will no longer duplicate the proposal. We'll add the context and it will create the proposal with the last information.
That's exactly it. That's the point behind this. Yeah.
And then a couple of questions about Pixie, Danielle.
Yeah. Will there be an integration from Pixie in the future? Yeah, all up for grabs. If you guys have got feedback like this is great. It is something we're looking into, considering at the moment, but no promises at the minute. I know you can connect to Pixie through Zapier as well. So if you haven't done that already, that's definitely something to have a look at. And if you are looking to get contacts from Pixie into the contact hub, then your best bet is probably waiting for that CSV import to come, and you'd be able to do that way as well.
Great.
Awesome.
So
have we missed any in the chat there, Hev?
Oh, Wendy's asked, I've opened my GoProposal page and clicked on contact hub. So does she just click import contacts, assuming that's imported from Centre?
I know, Wendy, yeah, so I know it can be a little bit confusing initially. So when you go onto the contacts page for the very first time, we want to make sure we're loading all of your existing proposals, all of your existing clients and prospects from your current proposals into GoProposal. So that's the first step you want to take. So that's just using the information in GoProposal. You can then import from Carbon and Centre if you want to, if you haven't already linked them, which a lot of existing members probably already have.
Yeah, great. And yeah, so there's a few in the chat. So Eleanor over in sunny Perth is asking, how does she link to Pixie if she's got to do it through Zapier? So do we have a help article or something like that to help Eleanor?
Yeah, we can send something across after this. Yeah, I'll just make a note of that.
Yeah. If you have contacts in Centre where you have not yet created a proposal, will it crash GP?
No, it definitely shouldn't crash it, Patrick. So the best things to do there is when you create a proposal. So you've not yet created a proposal, you've got contacts in Centre, you've got two options. You can either import the contacts into GoProposal here. So you've got all of your prospects and clients in Centre ready in GoProposal for your next proposal. Or if you'd rather do it the other way around, you can just create the proposal. And at the point of creating the proposal, basically just when you search their name, just search from Centre there.
Nice. A great question from Catherine. So about archiving lost clients. So say you lose a client, Danielle, you can obviously delete them. Is there a way of archiving the client?
Sure. So the big concern there is not losing the proposals. So your proposals won't be lost. Your proposals will all still be on the proposal dashboard. We do, when you delete a client, that client is gone. So we do recommend being really careful before you do that. There's no archive function for it at the minute.
Yeah, maybe something to think about. Great. Another one from Eleanor. So she currently just uses GP for business clients. Does she need to start using it for individual clients? Because she doesn't, oh sorry, she only used it for business as she doesn't know what work she'll be doing on the tax return until the meeting.
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. So I think that this gives you the opportunity to do that. Because obviously you can create a proposal for an organisation, and then if you're waiting to get that information for the tax return, you could maybe add a note, and then you could create a proposal later on for the individual. I think what's really great about this as well is directors' tax returns and how we handle those, because obviously a director really should have their own proposal and engagement letter if you're doing the tax return for them. So this now gives you the opportunity to issue separate proposals to individuals versus organisations and have that all managed in one place.
Yeah, great. And just for the success team, anyone watching, Sarah's just asked for a hand with duplication. So if someone could just reach out to Sarah Fenton.
On those for you guys.
And then another one from Leander. I hope I'm saying your name right, Leander. The duplicate will happen for Leander, Danielle, when the directors and individuals who are contacts are also part of a company and Centre. So they will need that feature.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, nice. Thank you, Leander. We'll sort that.
Nice. And I think that's all the, oh, sorry. Got a couple more here. So from Andy, is it possible to change a contact from an individual to an organisation?
Really good question. I'll have to check that one for you. So I don't think it is. So if you're going to view here, so you've got organisation. No, so once you've created an organisation, it is an organisation. There's no way of changing that. If you want to just pop me in the chat why you would want to change that and how that would help, we can absolutely consider it. And this is another thing to be aware of, guys, is this is all really great feedback. And what we're going to do is in, say, 2 to 3 weeks, we'll invite you guys to a focus group and we'll just take down even more feedback, even more suggestions based on your experiences with it over the next few weeks. So please keep sharing that even through the chat and over email and stuff.
One more from Dave, Danielle. Will the field within contacts be available in Zapier? Have we checked up on that yet?
Really good question. Again, we can make that available. So we haven't done anything with Zapier at the moment. We've been focusing predominantly on getting this out. But I definitely see how that'll be useful. So again, all great feedback we can look at.
Great. Can we remove contacts if they don't sign up and won't be using our services at all?
Yeah, so you can delete the prospect if they don't sign up, but you can also mark them as lost manually. So if you mark somebody as lost and they decide not to go ahead, then what ends up happening is they show up in this missed opportunities list over here. And I know a lot of people then tend to like to do things with these types of people, like put them into long-term nurture sequences. So you can also mark it as lost and handle it that way as well. Or you can just delete them, that's cool.
Great. And then last one for now is, oh, sorry, they keep coming through. That's fine, guys. Just keep them coming. here as long as you need. So Eleanor says, from when you're in the contact, where does it pick up whether the contact is an individual or an organization?
When you're in the contact itself,
Yeah.
so the best way to find that is by looking at this icon over here.
Nice.
And then when you go into the contact, don't know if that actually does pick that up. So if you guys would find that useful, that's definitely something that we can include. It's not a problem.
Yeah,
So I would recommend just going off this list over here.
Yeah. Great. So Andrew says he's just imported his contacts while he's on a call, but some existing proposals haven't linked to the same contacts.
Okay, yeah, great, that's fine. So if you want to jump on the chat support, just pop in all the details of just maybe one client or two clients where that's happened, and we'll look into why that is for you.
Andy says, is it possible to set review frequency? So can you set quarterly or annually? Or
really, really great idea. So at the moment, this renewal date that you're pulling up here by default is being pulled in through the financial year end. If you go into a contact on a contact by contact level, you can set the renewal date within the contact details section. So let me just find a prospect to give you an example. So if we go through our prospects and we search in, sorry, it would need to be clients, and we go into an existing client. Within the contact details, if you do want to do those renewals more frequently, you can just change that renewal date from the year end to the next quarter. And that would then impact what that renewal dashboard brings up for you.
great. And will it link to contacts in Xero?
Yeah, so it is linked to your contacts in Xero. So you can see this is driven by when you create a proposal. So we don't import from Xero or QuickBooks, but when we create a proposal, we either associate it to an existing contact in Xero or create a new contact in Xero. Once you've done that once, that's forever linked to Xero. And you can see down here, it tells you whether it's linked or not. Once it's linked once, you don't have to link it again. Every time you create a proposal for this contact, either from here or by creating a brand new proposal and searching their name, it'll be linked to the correct Xero or QuickBooks record for you.
Great. Yeah, just got a couple more people. So we've got Penny and Wendy who've got some duplications. So Nuala, I know you're going to get in touch with Sarah, but if you can just pop Penny and Wendy a message when you've found a solve for that. Great.
Yeah, we'll solve that for you.
Great. One more question from Eleanor. So would it be possible to see invoices on the contact screen and when the next invoice will be triggered through GP?
Yeah, that's definitely something we can bear in mind. So the only thing I would question there is, are you using the invoices dashboard for that? So the invoices dashboard should give you all of your up-to-date information about invoices that are on repeat, that have been authorized, that you can see next. So if you could explain to me what the benefit of seeing that on the contact would be, we can definitely consider it, but just to make sure you're aware of that that feature.
Great. Yeah, and then Craig's suggesting something as well, Danielle, about being able to filter contacts to show those with one lost sent proposals, so we can view in their contacts who's a live client, who's a lost client, who's a...
So the ability to filter between won and lost proposals within a contact itself. Is that the question?
Craig, maybe just type a bit more in the chat, but what he said is, it would be good if we can filter contacts to show those with one lost and sent proposals, so we can view in our contacts who are a live client. So yeah, I'm assuming it's in this page, Danielle. You can.
Yeah, because just to check, you can see that here. So when you filter through the category, prospects is everybody with live proposals. Clients is once somebody's signed up once, so you've got signed engagement letters. And then you've got missed opportunities, which have been marked as lost. Great. So I just wanted to double check you've seen this, or if you're asking about the specific record itself and the breakdown of proposals within that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look at these duplications, guys. Straight after this, we'll see if we can merge them for you.
Great.
Yeah, no worries, Craig.
One last thing from Penelope. She can't see where you can add the renewal date. Can you just go back into that, Danielle? Just give us one last quick look at where you add the renewal date in, make sure everyone's...
Search for this. So if I go into here, so view my contact. When I'm in my contact, you want to then get details over here. You can see the renewal date is set over there. And you click edit. And you changed it once.
Last question as well. I keep saying last question.
No, it's good.
It doesn't have to be the last one. It's the last one for now. So Jonathan Ford, hey Jonathan, says they currently use 0 repeating invoices to send invoices. Do we need to start moving over to GoProposal invoices?
Would really recommend it. So GoProposal connects to 0, and we have an auto invoicing feature. So you, instead of you doing your 0 repeating invoices, where I imagine you every time you change the invoice and send it out repeat, what GoProposal will do is it will drive the invoice through to 0 for you each month. Now, the benefit of that ties back into these active changes and active change proposals, because if you want to create a renewal for somebody and you're hooked up to proposal and auto invoicing through, okay, an invoice at the point of renew, so it's automating the whole side of things for you. So I definitely recommend having a look into it. And again, one of those guys can take you through that, send you some information. Let me know if that answers the question.
Yeah, great. And we just had a last suggestion there from Ross. So Ross says it'd be useful to filter the contacts by principal in charge. And his question is, sorry, will principals be assigned to contacts as they are proposals?
So I think what you're asking me there is if you've got an organisation and you've got multiple individuals associated to that organisation, can you assign a principal in charge of that organisation? If so, really great feedback. We can do that, yeah. Just on that, guys, there's something later today, and we're going to launch it in the community as a new feedback proposal. Really test this out with the contact hub. So as you guys are playing around with it, you can just type your feedback into this portal from there as well. So we can just get a really good overview of what you guys are thinking and how you're feeling.
Okay, we seem to have stopped on the questions for now. So thank you, Danielle. Your knowledge always amazes me. That was brilliant. So thank you for answering all those questions. Jack and I'll just rough. And then any more questions, just keep putting them in the chat and we can get to them in a couple of minutes time as well, guys. So
thank you.
Anything else you've got? And if not, if you think of something later today, jump on our live. We've got people almost all around the clock answering there. So
yeah, great. Brilliant. Do you want to quickly stop your share, Danielle, as well? So
sorry.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, great questions, guys, and great feedback as always. And this just brings us back to our true north, really. We know from speaking to you just how hard it is to grow your business. We know how hard you work, and how we've been able to give you a tool so you can increase your revenue, minimum risk, and just manage that scope in a better way. But we want to keep improving that as best as we possibly can. So in this time of increasing client demands, the fastest change in legislation we've ever seen, we want to be able to do some of that heavy lifting for you. And today is about the start of that process to really be able to do that for you guys. We think we're uniquely placed in that we know what's agreed with the client, what terms and what they're paying for. So we want to use that along with your feedback and your expertise to drive home the 2022 vision of a truly digital, agile proposal platform that can adapt to your changes in real time. So I'm sure there's more questions out there and we'll be able to answer them, but just make sure you're taking those actions, guys. Import your contacts. If you can't just yet, check back in a few hours and make sure you do that. Take a look at your client's billing and look at the ones that have grown over time. Get excited about that and set up that weekly report so you can start seeing everybody that's due a renewal. So there's going to be people on this call where you have your fee review process nailed down in GoProposal. So this is going to be really exciting for you. But if you don't, and this is something that you need to start with, this should be the catalyst for you guys. Get in there, get these things set up, and make this the journey for you having an amazing fee review process for all of your clients.
Great. Okay, so we'll go to the last Q&A and make sure there's other people we can help. But just before we jump off, guys, as always, it's really useful to us if you feedback in the community, share this on social media. As you know, we rely on word of mouth, and it'd be really great if you just share this, share your favorite parts, let us know even in the community what are your favorite parts and what you're doing straight away. So we really appreciate it every time anyone shares anything they see. So thank you.
Great. We've got a few questions in there as well. So Danielle, as long as you're on hand here. So Abby has said, I've imported all of my contacts from AM, but it's showing everyone as prospects. Is that because I'm new to GP and haven't sent many proposals out to existing clients?
No, if they're clients in Accountancy Manager, which I just confirmed with Abby, they should be clients in the Contact Hub. So I've just asked Abby to pop her details on the chat, and we'll dig into that. Shouldn't be a big thing, don't worry.
Brilliant. Great. And then Eleanor says, I use auto invoice through GP, but it causes a problem when we want to stop the invoice at the end of a proposal. So is there anything we can recommend for her there?
If you're wanting to stop the invoice at the end of a proposal, are you aware of the ability to stop the invoice from repeating from the invoices dashboard? So you can actually stop them from repeating if that's maybe something that wasn't there when you used it last time, or...
Sorry, she builds on that as well, Danielle. She said that she keeps forgetting to cancel the invoice and end up having invoices that are going out which shouldn't. So is there anything that makes that automatic, or is that something we should consider?
No, absolutely. That from what you've just said, it should. So to be able to actually stop them automatically at the end of the proposal period, yeah, I think we should consider that. We'll have a look into that for you. Great.
And then Penny mentioned re the GP invoicing, we need the numbers from variations to show. So e.g. 12 pay slips at £5, not one at 60. So it's easy to regularly change the numbers. So is that something we've considered as well, Danielle?
Yeah, me and Penny have had a chat about that one in the past. So I'll pick that up with you separately, Penny.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Danielle. And then Penelope just mentioned that she's found the renewal dates, but none of them are pulled in. But if she edit it, then a blank box appears. Is that right? Is there a problem there, or?
No, yeah, that shouldn't be right. So just jump on the chat with that one as well. That's fine. We'll have a look into that for you.
Give us a shout, Penelope. We'll take a look at that for you.
Thank you.
Great. Can always count on you guys to find our bugs.
Yeah, it's actually very scary. Very scary asking someone to take the action during the live.
Yeah. And let us know everything that's wrong with it.
But it's good.
No, seriously though, it is actually really, really useful. We can do all the testing in the world, but it's kind of only when we get people using it, we start to find small improvements that we can make. So thank you. Let me see. All be great. Thank you. Thanks, Sandy. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Abby. Patrick's asking a question about zero invoicing. So in zero, we send repeated invoices on the 25th of the month. The invoice is dated the 1st of the following month, and GoCard was paid on the 3rd. Can that still be done with the invoicing feature in GoProposal? So I think what you're saying is obviously it's quite a fast process. That's we send the invoice on the 25th, it's dated the 1st, and then the payment is taken on the 3rd. Is that how it works in GoProposal, Danielle? Can we do it?
Yeah, I'm just taking a screenshot to get close to that process, especially with the Go Cardless for Zero integration. Just might not be that specific day of the month, the 25th.
Yeah.
Have a look into it, see what you think about it. And
sorry, Danielle. That's it for comments and questions. If there's any existing support you guys need on this, or like I said, we're on live chat, so we've got the team sat literally next door just waiting for any queries and questions. They're really excited to start helping, so please just jump on there, anything that you want to know. But otherwise, thank you.
Yeah, that's great. And just to reiterate that point as well, guys, if you are looking to use this to kickstart your fee review process, please reach out to us. We've got a whole team of people here who are desperate to help you do that. So if this is the start of the journey for you, reach out to myself, to Chris, Nuala, all the guys in there will be able to help you with that.